podcast.
Welcome to Medical the podcast. That's right, Medical.
Oh, we're recording.
Oh yeah, we've been recording.
Yeah,
So now
nice.
we can commemorate it.
Go guys.
Welcome to Movie the Podcast. That's right, Movie the Podcast. We are at, I guess, technically week 3.
Merciful end.
Yeah, this is it.
To final December Nation.
Final December Nation.
Yeah, but some of us went harder than others. We watched Final Destination 3. Three. We are saying Sean due to scheduling conflict with him blowing his dad.
Also,
so
you're welcome, Sean.
Yeah. I hope he didn't actually watch it.
He didn't watch the movie.
Good.
I know he hasn't.
Good. I feel better about it. What if the movie makes him watch
Sean
it, though?
generally watches the movie the Sunday before the Sunday or Saturday before the show. And you can tell by his Facebook posts.
Oh, because he's giving a live feed.
But yeah, that's right. You're not on Facebook.
That's correct.
He does treat it like Twitter when he's watching movies.
So,
which I appreciate.
Lots of updates.
But what if he was supposed to have watched it, and this movie makes sure that he watches it somehow?
He's not going to watch it.
But okay. Anyway,
I'll be shocked if he watches.
We watched Mary Elizabeth Winstead's Final Destination 3.
She is still a delight.
She is terrible in this movie.
I mean, everyone is bad in this movie.
But she's a lovely human
Honestly,
being.
it made the movie worse for me because I know she's a good actress.
Yeah,
and she was so bad. It brought it down probably at least a full number rating.
It was weird to me because,
which is hard because of how low the number rating is going to be.
I watched
already
watching this movie, and I think we've had this happen before. But she's the only survivor of this movie as far as acting goes. Like the rest of the people, I've never seen before.
Not actual survivor.
Since
they're all actually her sister has popped up in other.
What's her sister from something? She looked familiar.
She popped up in some show, and now I can't remember what it was.
Pop up in the slideshows.
Okay. Nope, that's not her. She popped up in some show because I was looking it up because I was like, she looks familiar. Nobody else does. Oh, she was in Silicon Valley.
Oh,
she played their business manager or whatever in Silicon Valley. She's actually got a bunch of acting credits.
Oh, all right. Well,
but
I the majority of them.
Nothing like that would rock your world. You'd be like, oh yeah,
right.
Except for Silicon Valley.
She was in Sex Drive.
Wait, we watched Sex Drive, didn't we? No,
I've
seen it. Yeah, Sex Drive is that movie where it
wants to be like road trip and it was in that same
sucks.
It had that fat kid that's not Jonah Hill.
Yes, I remember it now. And they go cross country so he'll get laid.
The guy in the donut outfit, and it's got Cyclops in it.
Yes, that movie's terrible.
Yeah,
she's in John Tucker Must Die, which I did not see.
I never saw that.
She's in an episode of Smallville as a sorority girl.
Did you watch that episode?
I don't know. I thought that show I did not stick with very long. Well, once they got out of high school, it was really stupid.
I just remember there was a little bit of a buzz in the geek community when he was supposed to graduate to actually be Superman, and they gave him this leather jacket as his Superman costume.
Yeah, because back then, I don't know when was Smallville.
It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
That I was before. Well, no, I guess really costumed heroes aside from the old Superman movies hadn't been popular at all.
Terrible.
And the other Superman movie at that point was not popular.
I also
Everybody hated Superman Returns.
I also remember when they announced what was the Bryan Singer Superman?
Superman Returns.
That's the one with
Brandon
Ralph. But I remember people were upset because they're they should cast the Smallville Superman. It's okay, but that's not how movies work.
I can't think of Hello Boys. Why can't I think of his name?
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah,
he was Lex Luthor, right?
Yeah,
and the land grab to make the ocean into Krypton.
That movie fucking sucks.
Lex Luthor's always in a land grab scheme.
Well, the funny
he has no superpowers except being rich, and that's all rich people do buy real estate.
The thing about that movie that cracks me up is that they're this is a sequel to the Richard Donner Superman, but all they did was basically remake it and made it worse.
No, made it dumber. There was a cool. I remember the trailer for that being kind of hyped me up. I was like, "Ooh!"
I saw that in the theater. I remember when the old Superman theme started playing over the opening credits.
Yeah,
I had a full erection.
Yeah, I was excited.
I was so excited for that.
I saw. Yeah, I think I saw.
But it didn't last. It didn't last very long.
Well,
it was very quickly. And I was like, "Oh, this is boring."
Yeah.
And Superman got shot.
I remember a long time ago, a friend of mine, John Solon, who listens to the show, he nailed this one. Does he have
a movie podcast?
No, he doesn't.
Okay, good.
He He said that movie is a movie about Superman lifting things because that's all he does in that whole movie, and he's absolutely right. Every scene where Superman does something, he's just lifting.
They do have the one. That does have the one cool shot with like they're shooting with like the Gatling gun, and the bullets are all bouncing off. And the one like hits his eye, and just like explodes.
Yeah.
But that's like the only cool shot in that whole movie.
I put that in the trailer.
I also remember that his fucking suit, like if you like zoomed in on it, like it had a ton of little Superman.
Yeah, it was all S textured.
Oh, it looks so dumb.
Didn't they have the CGI as how?
Yeah, Brandon Routh apparently has an enormous penis, and they had to CGI it down.
And that guy loves DC because he's.
I like Brandon.
He's in those. He's in those WB shows.
Yeah, isn't he like? He's like that
CW.
Yeah, CW.
He's
the Atom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because he was on the Flash one. He's in that League of Legends or whatever it's called.
He seems fun. I've seen him in interviews. He seems like he's great in Scott Pilgrim as the vegan.
Oh, he is great in that.
Look at eggs, bitch.
That's such a good movie. All right, anyway.
Eating chicken?
If you guys could tell, we really hated this movie because we are trying like hell not to talk about it at all.
And
but
guess what? We're going to get bonus talking about it because when we talk about what we watched, Gog's stupid ass watched more Final Destination movies.
I did. Should we start with that? Let's end with that.
Let's end with that.
I didn't watch a lot of movies.
So. I only watched one movie.
Me too.
And I can't. Did you watch anything besides Final Destination?
No. All right.
Great.
What did you watch, Alec?
I watched Tropic Thunder.
Hey, how's that
movie is tremendous.
You don't feel that it's problematic?
That's a joke. I don't feel that it is.
No.
I mean, I'm not of any kind of person that could be offended by it because I'm not African American and I'm not mentally challenged.
You're a cis white male, ages 18 to 50.
But through my lens, like it's full satire. Like
the joke is
beyond.
It's mocking satire. The racism.
The joke is that it's ultra racist. Like the characters understand that it's super wrong. It's not like the comedy isn't derived from the fact that he's so oblivious to how racist
and you have Kirk Lazarus.
Oh my god.
Remember the trailers? The fake
God, it's so good.
The best part. Isn't him and Tobey Maguire?
Tobey and Satan's Alley.
Yeah. More about Tobey Maguire. We're coming.
No.
Huh? No.
We're not talking about it?
I'm not talking about it.
The trailers at the beginning are great. Al Pacino's booty sweat.
Yeah.
Al Pacino the whole time is calling out Kirk Lazarus being a racist because he's in blackface, to which Kirk Lazarus says, I'm just playing a character. And Kirk Lazarus the whole time calling out Ben Stiller for playing a mentally challenged person in the movie, saying you can't go full retard. You can only go partial retard.
That movie is great.
Oh my god, the movie's so funny. Matthew McConaughey is so good in it. As what's his Tom Peck?
Yeah,
like the Pecker.
The Pecker.
He's like a dickhead agent,
but he's so charming.
He's not even a dickhead. No, he's just like he's so concerned about Ben Stiller getting his TiVo installed in like Cambodia or wherever they're filming.
You got Bill Hader as like the second hand to fucking.
I think that was one of the first times I saw Danny McBride. Isn't he in that movie?
Yeah, he's
the pyrotechnic.
Yeah. Not Garrett. Nick Nolte's great in there as a four-leaf feedback. I think is his name.
It's in what's his Steve Coogan? Is that his name?
Yeah, he's the director.
Yeah.
Like that movie slaps. It is funny beginning to end. It is. I don't understand why Brandon Jackson, the guy who played Al Pacino, did not do more stuff.
Did he never really?
He's done like TV shows and things. He never really had a big break, I guess. But after this, you would have thought.
Yeah, he was good in the movie.
Yeah, like the three main leads were good, and he held his own right along with them, and so did Jay Baruchel, or however you say his last name.
Jay Burr, yeah.
The five of them together had like tremendous chemistry.
So did you like this Jack Black because he wasn't doing like his like?
Yeah,
he was just being like a strung out drug addict.
Oh my god, it's so good. He's so good at that. And plus, he wasn't the lead. He wasn't like, but he's so good. When they discover that Al Pacino is gay. I keep saying Al Pacino. It's a rapper. His name is Al Pacino.
That's a great name.
It's not the actor Al Pacino.
It's not Don Pacino.
They're talking about if he has a girl back home. He's like, yeah, Lance. Like, Lance.
I fucking love
Jack Black is tied to the tree. He's like, I'll suck your dick if you let me from this tree.
Yeah.
I'll lick the shaft, up the balls, stroke all night, and drink it all down.
Hell yeah.
It's so funny.
What did he keep calling?
He's like a heroin addict.
What
Right?
did he keep calling his drug? He's like it's
Jelly beans.
jelly beans.
Like I need my jelly beans.
And then he like falls through the floor to where they're processing all the
Yeah,
heroin.
it's literally like a. It looks like a salt pile for like a parking lot in the wintertime, just of heroin. And he just like his hands are full of it. His eyes get real wide. It's so good. Like that movie slaps. That movie came out in 2008.
Written
Back when Ben Stiller used to make movies.
I believe written. I was going to say co-written, but I think written completely by Justin Theroux.
Is that
He was one. It might have been him and Ben Stiller, but he's one of the writers on it.
story by Ben Stiller and Justin Theroux? Did Justin Theroux direct it?
Justin Theroux's an
No,
actor.
Ben Stiller,
I know
Ben Stiller directed it.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh. It's really good.
I don't know what else. I don't think Justin Theroux has written anything else, but
I think he has. I remember what, but I was looking at his filmographer.
Justin Theroux was great in The 10.
he's great in everything. He's really good in Mulholland Drive. He's good in The Leftovers, which is a pretty good show.
He's handsome.
Never watched that.
I really liked it.
There's a new HBO has a new show from the creators of them called Series 11.
Oh yeah, is it depressing like The Leftovers?
Probably,
Because
I remember it's based on a book, and I read the book, and the book is good.
Is it like what's the basic premise?
Global pandemic. It's set like 20 years in the future. Most of humanity's been wiped out, and this group of people is like a theater troupe that goes from town to town, like putting on shows of old movies and TV shows, trying to get like
kind of like Reign of Fire, but like a whole show. Like remember, like the little bit Reign of Fire.
So here's
that sounds cool. I'll watch that. Is it on HBO now or is it coming out?
It's either just came out or it's just getting ready to come out.
Check that out.
Justin Theroux's got a couple of writing credits. Iron Man 2 screenplay.
Oh, he wrote the screenplay for Iron Man 2.
And for Rock of Ages.
Oh,
but then he also wrote Zoolander 2. So that negates all the good stuff he's done.
So here's an interesting.
I couldn't even finish Zoolander 2.
I got like 5 minutes into it and turned it off. I never turn movies off.
This is an interesting way of talking about how times have changed. The year that movie came out, right?
Tropic Thunder,
right? Which came out in 2008, so 13 years ago, right?
It's crazy that 2008 is 13.
Listen to this, though. So Robert Downey Jr., who's in blackface for most of the movie, nominated for an Academy Award, a BAFTA Award, and a Screen Actors Guild Award, all for that movie.
And for a comedy.
For a comedy.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, he's
also the year Iron Man came out.
Yeah. Wow, he had a big year that year. He's really had his renaissance. It's
great. Everybody loves it.
Yeah, everybody does.
That's all I watched. Most recent episode of Hawkeye is very good. One more episode to go.
I still didn't watch it.
Cha-ching.
Thanks to the internet, I feel like I know everything that happens in that show because everybody memes it to death. But I'm still excited to watch it.
Yeah, it's good. Like Jeremy Renner as Clint in that show is so much better than anything. It's just like WandaVision. Yeah. It's so much better than anything they gave him to do in the movies. Like it fleshes him out. Like you get to actually see like growth
and he needs
development.
He needed that because like again, he didn't really like we said last week. They didn't really do much
in
with
the
him
movies.
In the
he's just a guy.
He had a little bit of time.
He's a Hawk guy.
He had a little bit of time to shine in Endgame, and that was it. It was really it. You learned he had a family. That was it. It's like all he had. Yeah. But what's her name shows up? Black Widow's sister. So more Florence Pugh in my life, the better.
Yep. And she's really good.
She was. I mean, she to me was the best part of fucking Black Widow.
Her and David Harbour.
Yeah, the family. Like, just make a movie about the family.
Yeah.
Funny because you'll see it. Never mind.
I'll watch it. Don't worry, you can spoil. I don't believe in spoilers.
So this most recent episode, the last episode, she showed up for the first time and kicked the shit out of Hawkeye.
Yeah, because remember they teased her in
Black Widow.
Well, yeah, it was in Black Widow, wasn't it? Yeah,
it was the Stinger.
Stinger in Black Widow.
But she has like the mask with the green.
Cool.
The green goggles from the comics. I forget where I was going with this.
Wait, what was her character's name in the comics?
Same.
It's like Yolanda.
Oh, okay.
Black Widow.
See,
there's two. I don't think there were sisters in the comics.
No, but there was like basically. I mean, they talk about it in the movie. Like Black Widow is just like a name.
It's like 007.
Yeah, it's like a generic.
But so her and this other woman are going around. Another Black Widow going around deprogramming Black Widows at the beginning of this episode.
Oh, cool.
And then she like goes to the bathroom, is like looking at herself in the mirror, and she comes back out after they deprogrammed the woman, and the woman has like a husband and kids and shit now. She's like, "What the fuck happened?
Yeah.
Like, who is this?" She's like, "You've been gone for 5 years." And it's like,
oh shit!
It's really neat.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Like, I hope they keep incorporating more of that snap stuff.
Yeah.
And showing. It was cool they did it in WandaVision with Monica Rambeau.
I like that shit. All right.
So, TJ, what one thing did you watch?
I watched Spider-Man No Way Home, and I'm not going to say anything more about it than I loved it to death. And it's the second best Spider-Man movie ever made.
After
Spider-Verse.
Oh, wow.
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Man 2.
You know what? I was thinking a lot about this. Like, Spider-Man 2 to me now is number 3. But, like, Spider-Verse is just... There's just something about that movie that I think is just magical.
I think about that movie over and over and over and not get bored.
And I do, because my kids want to watch it all the time, and I'm not mad at it. They're like, "Can we watch Spider-Verse?" I'm like, "Yes."
And with that,
yes, we can.
Again, I'm not going to say anything about the actual contents of No Way Home. I loved it to death, but like, there's a little tiny parts of it that I feel the narrative is kind of clunky. But like overall, and again, I'm talking about it in the most vague terms as possible. Like, what they get right is like, it is a classic tale. It is a classic Spider-Man tale. Like, as much as I do have kind of Marvel fatigue with not the movie so much as just how they kind of all feel like they have the same tone. We've talked about this a lot. Everybody's jokey and all that shit. That is still a problem, but like, that is what Spider-Man is. So it works in these movies so well because that is the Spider-Man tone.
Yeah, for the longest time in the comics, he was one of the only ones that like quipped and made jokes.
And they have a handle between the I think the same guy has directed all of these, right? I think.
He's also directing the Fantastic Four movie.
I'm into that. But they have a handle with this cast and this director, like, they get this character, like Spider, like, especially after I watch this, like, I think about the totality of, you know, Homecoming and then Far From Home and then this, and it feels cohesive. Like, it feels like they really like had an idea of where to take these characters. I don't know. I loved it. I thought it was really good. I can't wait to watch it again. Like, the fight sequences are amazing. The choreo, like, you know what I mean? Like, the way that they do shit, like, I loved it. I can't really talk about it.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to see it Sunday night. I cannot wait.
The cast is fantastic. Like, just all the stuff they do is great. I loved it. I genuinely, like, I got in my feels, like, for some of it just because it's so exciting and, like, it brings back a lot of nostalgia in, like, positive ways. Like, I loved it to death. I will sit here and tell you that I am a huge Spider-Man mark, and part of me is just happy whenever I get to see Spider-Man on screen. And that obviously doesn't carry over to all his movies because I hated my life when I was watching Amazing Spider-Man 2. But like, I just love the character.
Is that the Electro one?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I just love
How's Electro in this.
He's fine. Actually, he does a pretty good job. But he doesn't look all electrified. They made him look like a person, which was a smart move. Like, but it's really good. And I just love Spider-Man. I love how what they've done with this character. I love Tom Holland. I love Zendaya. I love the guy that plays Ned Leeds. Like, all that is it just works. And like, you know, we've talked about this too, where, you know, the humor in these movies sometimes misses the mark or feels a little too try hard. Like, I would say like the first like 45 minutes of this movie are like genuinely funny. And there's a lot of moments throughout the movie that I think are genuinely funny. Like, I really, really enjoy it. It's a 10. I loved it. It's gonna, when I get to the end of the year movie listings, it's definitely gonna be up there. Like, I thought it was great. So that's all I'm gonna say.
The budget for it is,
well, yeah, but it's gonna make $1 gazillion. It's already made like $100 million. Yeah. It's only been out for 2 days.
It's a $200 million movie.
It's
gonna make.
It has already had the bigger opening than any Marvel movie except Endgame.
It's literally been out since Wednesday.
Crazy.
It's been out since Wednesday, and I think it's already made $150 million.
But also, people are so fucking nuts to just go see shit right now. They want to see some kind of spectacle.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm seeing this shit again.
Because it may, like, I think Infinity, I was reading the thing earlier in the first opening night or 2 nights, I don't know. I guess they would qualify that from Wednesday because it opened yesterday technically. But Endgame made like 60, Infinity War made 39. This made 50.
Wow, it's crazy.
And that's more than any other Marvel movie, which is nuts.
It's crazy, and it deserves it. It's really good, and I think there's a lot of that. It's like they always talk about like there's a lot of juice with Batman. Like Batman is just such a popular character that you put Batman in something, it's going to make a lot of money. I think there's a lot of love for Spider-Man in the same respect.
Clearly, there has to be.
Like,
right?
but I think like because I was in also like this is a sidebar, doesn't have anything to do with the movie. It was like a crowded theater, and I thought they still had to do the thing where you couldn't buy seats next to
every
me.
other seat.
Oh no,
that's done.
I was like, this is
Wild
not
West,
good.
baby.
I did not like that at all. And so I saw that movie yesterday at like 3 p.m, and it was like, if it wasn't sold out, it was like 4 seats shy of being sold out.
It's crazy.
And I ain't crazy about that.
Maybe I'll nut up and try and go like for a morning show.
Well, if you go, just call me because I want to.
Oh yeah, if I like it Sunday, we can go see it Monday for like a matinee.
Yeah,
I'm sure I'll like it.
I'll go see it first.
If you don't like it, I will literally kill myself. Like I'll be so shocked.
It's a lot of pressure.
I am so like.
There's no way Alec isn't gonna like this movie.
Oh, not me. I like everything.
Well, you're gonna like it.
TJ like this. You'll like it.
Yeah. You'll like it. No, it's a good like honestly like through the and I know this is one of those things that's gonna sway because it's the internet. Like I've seen I haven't seen one negative reaction.
It's getting very positive.
People love it. Like people that are like
fucking Tom Holland's a great Spider-Man.
Pinophiles are like pitching at it, but like it's just good. It's just a good ass movie.
I've been staying off of Reddit. I've been on Reddit in like 2 days.
Yes.
Not even the fun
on
parts of
TikTok,
Reddit?
anytime I see anything with like I see the Spider-Man show up, nope, skip. Just like passing through everything. Luckily I don't have anybody that I'm friends with on Facebook that would spoil it.
Yeah.
Even if they saw, because I think you and Elliot are the only two I know.
I feel like, and I know that we've said this 1,000 times, but like I really do think the movie is strong enough on its own that even if you got some of the story beats, it wouldn't affect your viewing. It's so good. But my only real complaint is that it's like when I go way back to when Spider-Man debuted in Civil War. I think that viewing experience would have been benefited if I didn't know he was going to be in it. I would have freaked the fuck out if Spider-Man showed up in a movie and I had no idea he was going to be in it. In this movie, we all know it's the multiverse thing, and we all know that Maguire is in it and Andrew Garfield's in it. And I wish I didn't know that. I'm not going to say when the show it's not cool as shit, and I genuinely like got excited, and it is a blast to have them all interact.
You popped.
I did. I'm telling you, like I felt like a kid watching this movie. Like, and the stuff that they do with the nostalgia doesn't feel tacked on. It feels revelatory. Like it feels like they are saying like the fucking original Spider-Man movies were a lot of fun and people loved them. It's not like they're like,
hey, remember this?
It's not just like this pointless. It's kind of like what Spider-Verse did, where it's like it's embracing these characters to show like younger people. Because like I don't even know if kids even fucking know about the fucking Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies.
That came out
before 9/11.
Civil War came out. That came out 16 years before he showed up in Civil War.
Exactly. So I don't know. Again,
and now we're on our third set of Spider-Man's 1, 2, and 3.
The promo stuff for that was pre 9/11.
Yeah,
because they had the twin towers with the web in between them.
There was even that fucking trailer that had webbing up a helicopter.
Yeah, they dumped that away real quick.
But again, I'd love to talk more plot detail stuff because I think the story is actually really good too. Again, to me, it harkened to like just like the most core elements to like Spider-Man's character. I loved it. I thought it was great. I can't wait to watch it again. I can't wait to watch it again so I can watch the second stinger because I had to pee like uncontrollably bad, and I sat there and they showed the first stinger, and I'm like, okay, is there another one? I Googled my phone. There's 2. God damn, there's so many people that make this fucking movie. I'm gonna piss my pants, and I was like, fuck it, I gotta go pee. I'll watch
that
this
happened to me with one of the X-Men movies, the third one. It must have been the third one.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I gotta go. I can't stick around for this.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna pee my pants right here.
The real like post-credit stingers take so long to get to.
Yeah, usually one of the stingers is relevant, and the other one is just
I don't want to tell you what
like
it
a
is, but
gag.
both of them are pretty fucking cool.
I'm excited. I can't wait for Sunday night.
I really need
or
you
Sunday
to
afternoon to
see
go
it
see it.
because the one stinger specifically makes a very interesting choice that I don't necessarily agree with, but I think it's definitely interesting. But anyway,
Great.
Great
Now we're on the Gogs
yeah,
and his Final Destinations.
Yes.
I can probably have one beer on anybody.
You can have multiple beers on antibiotics.
Depends how tired you want to get.
It doesn't
Yeah, how
make you like really
sleepy.
sick.
Maybe.
Nah, I'm not gonna do it. I feel
You probably want to keep those biotics anti-ing, though.
I don't even understand what that means.
You want to make sure they stay effective.
Can't drink beer, rebiotics them.
Yeah,
Is that right?
Yeah,
I
it might
don't-
kill the
I don't
antibiotics.
know.
I'm not gonna drink them.
Yeah.
You could Google it.
I need
easily.
to get this. Well, they tell you not to drink. So
Yeah, just keep
They
it
tell you
clean.
not to drink all medicine.
They tell me not to drink when I use the forklift.
that is true.
Don't stop
Are
me.
you certified?
Huh? No,
Oh,
don't tell
shit.
anybody.
You're renegade forklift.
Speaking of forklift certified, let's talk about Final Destination 3.
Hold on, you didn't talk about all the other ones you watched.
Do you want me to talk about them in order? Or do you want me to talk about them like
Talk about them in order.
good?
So that's three.
So that's three.
So we got to talk about the one we all watched first, and then he can talk about what you watched.
No. Talk about the ones you watched. Then we'll do our normal breakdown of the movie we watched together.
Okie dokie.
I can't. I know we talked about this briefly before
Sure.
we started recording, but what in the world possessed you to watch these fucking movies?
So they're all on Netflix.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, they're all on Netflix.
Shouldn't have
I
put
was
them
sitting
on
there
the
like sitting on my exercise bike. I need to watch something that I don't need to really watch or pay attention or think about. So I was like, well, fuck it. Here's the Final Destination. I'll watch that. And it was just so bad.
So you didn't even watch 4 first.
I did watch 4. I watched 3.
Yeah.
Then I watched 4. Then I watched 5.
I thought you said you just watched the Final Destination.
That's 4.
Wait.
4 is called The Final Destination.
4 is called The Final Destination.
Oh my god.
5 is called Final Destination 5.
Jesus Christ.
So I watched 3.
Final Destination Season of the Witch.
Yeah, I watched. I
Very nice.
watched 3 because we were supposed to. Then I watched. I was like, okay, this was bad. We'll get into it. Then I was like, fuck it. There's 4. I'll watch 4. So I watched 4, and it is asylum level bad. They say things in 4 like, here's the plot of 4. They go to a not a NASCAR event, but a NASCAR adjacent event.
I remember the trailer for this. Yeah.
There's a car wreck. It causes the entire stadium to collapse in like a CGI shit show fest. It is the worst special event. It is the cheapest, it is impossibly cheap looking.
So it looks worse than the roller coaster.
Hands down.
God.
It looks like asylum level. It looks like just 2 guys just made this on a weekend. So I watch it and I'm like, and then they say things in the movie. They don't know how words work. And I don't know how words work either. But like they don't know how
true.
words
You're
work.
a wordsmith.
No, they say at some point the dude and his girlfriend are saying shit like, "Hey, I just safe proofed the bedroom. We need to do the living room." It's like, you just
Wait,
made it. Yeah,
safety
you
proofed
safety
it?
proofed it. I was
That
like,
means
well,
you made it more
that's
dangerous.
a death room, right?
What
You
did
like-
they mean? They meant
They were trying to. So at this point in the movie,
they were trying to
all
use
their
the-
friends have died
I think they're trying to use the word baby proof
or
and
death proof,
death proof.
anything but safety proof. They don't know what those 2 words mean together, right?
Good Lord.
Here's some of the kills in this
Yikes.
movie include a guy getting his asshole sucked out through a pool filter.
They stole that from that friggin' Polinick book.
Yep.
Did you ever read that?
no.
Haunted?
Yeah,
They ripped that completely
a
off.
girl gets like ground up in an escalator. A neo-Nazi he's gonna kill Bubba Gump because that guy was a security guard at the thing, and he somehow was gonna go, I don't know, burn a cross in his front yard, but Death decided to do wackadoodle shit. And like it dragged him with his tow truck and lit him on fire down the street. Everything I'm saying sounds a lot more awesome than it actually
Well, at
was.
least the neo-Nazi got his. Are you
So-
supposed to feel bad that the neo-Nazi got killed?
No. So he uses the N-word repeatedly in this movie.
Jesus.
So
Yikes.
here's the deal. Like, here's what I've noticed now that I am like probably the East Coast expert on Final Destination. What they started to do with the later Final Destination movies is they try and tease all the little ways that death could get you, but it doesn't necessarily work into one big Rube Goldberg machine. Usually it just ends up being like a fake out, and then the real death happens. Like there was a scene where this mom is going to get she survived the wreck and she's going to get her hair cut. And it's like they have the sharp scissors by her eyes and the chair like drops and like a ceiling fan falls.
Well, they did none of that. They did some of that shit in
3,
and not in 3 and in 2.
Not as much in 2.
In 2, they did some fake outs.
Yeah.
In 3,
they embrace the fake out.
In 3, they do that. They have like a billion fake outs when that goth kid almost died, and then his girlfriend.
Oh no, you're right. That's a ton of fake outs. And then she ends up getting got because here's some things that people never really do in real life. This woman and her 2 kids get out, and she's trying to go get her hair cut, and she gives her kids $5, but then they jump out of the car like, hey, there's in the middle of in a small town square. They're like, let's throw rocks at that sign. And they're just throwing rocks across the street of the sign, and one of the rocks hits the sign, lands in the grass where a drunk old groundskeeper is about to mow the lawn. So the mom ultimately ends up getting got because one of the stones the kids threw got launched out of the fucking lawnmower and brains her. Right? So anyway, all this happens. At some point, the climax of the movie is like the theater, this movie theater is going to explode. And the movie theater is going to explode because they're building more movie theater. And in the building of said movie theater, they have 50-gallon drums of some liquid that is labeled, and I took a picture of it, spontaneously combustible. Not combustible. There is a pyramid of 50-gallon drums labeled spontaneously combustible.
That just means
no.
This means they have a barrel
They probably
that just randomly.
They probably thought, it just explodes big. No, it just means it could just explode.
Did someone
whatever?
Illiterate write this?
And it's like, what company would make barrels of it? What company would make spontaneously combustible liquid? And why would you ship it in 50-gallon barrel? Why would you want it on your job site?
How could you ship it? It would
spontaneously combust.
But even combust, that just means like ignite, not explode necessarily.
That's also true.
Which also true, but if it's in a
Like,
pressure vessel, it would just burn. Right. So
okay.
So barrels of spontaneously combustible material, right? And then
for a movie theater
renovation. And then people get splattered in the end, everybody dies, right? So no one survives. So then we get to Final Destination 5. And I'm like, all right, let's see how this goes. And it's worse still. It's got David Koechner in it.
I like that.
It's got that guy. Did you ever see that? This guy, Miles Fisher. He did that cover of This Must Be the Place, like the Patrick Bateman one.
Yeah.
So in this one, they survive a bridge collapse. People get splattered and die.
Can I just say,
sure.
In this universe, death is terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That really sucks.
He is awful. They are awful at their job.
Yeah.
Like, this just happens over and over that these groups of people survive them. Like,
why would they get the vision only to get tortured by death later? Like, why even get the vision?
Yeah. Yeah, that is a part of these movies that I don't think it's ever really delved into. Like,
yeah,
it's just
because the same thing happens. Kid gets a vision about the bus. The whole bridge collapses. Everyone gets fucking splattered. A girl there's some eye trauma in this one, which was cheap, right? She's she's getting ready to get laser eyed, and then very similar to the tanning beds in 3. Some water splashes on it, and it makes the voltage go up, which is not how electricity works.
It would just short out.
Right. So
yeah, that's
okay. So then she get her eyes lasered out, right? So you think, okay, that's cool. Maybe we'll just lop off the top of her head.
Yeah.
No, she's kind of blind, and then she fell out a window. Like
that's boring.
It's boring.
Why didn't the laser just like burn through her head?
Would have been better. So there's a girl.
You know what this movie needs?
Huh.
They need to contact the people that made the new Mortal Kombat games.
Yeah.
Because all those fatalities are like
fucking
super
rad.
creative.
Hell
like,
yeah.
Get those guys to make one of these.
Like Courtney B. Vance is investigating this bridge collapse because the kid who said everyone get off the bus, like, was he a terrorist? Like, how the fuck could he be a terrorist to make a bridge collapse? Like, and that becomes a weird side plot that never gets, but he's always investigating all these deaths. A girl, a gymnast dismounts poorly off of some uneven bars and lands on the soft crash mats, which are under the uneven bars, but somehow she folds up into like a fucking mess of just like bone explosion. Like it shouldn't have. Like it doesn't make the movie's bad, but it tries to do something. It's like, well, maybe you know how the other one, like if you create a life, you can break a chain.
Yeah,
This one is
bullshit.
if you kill somebody, if you take their life, they can take your place in the chain.
See, that's kind of a fun idea.
Well, so in the end, Miles Fisher tries to do that. He tries to kill one of the other survivors out of order to make
that turns it into a whole like It Follows.
Yeah, it's more of an It Follows
thing.
thing, but they do it poorly. And then the end of this movie, because it's a period piece, and I didn't realize it the whole time because I was half checked out.
What period? Renaissance?
Yeah, it was.
it
was Byzantine era. Yeah. So at the very end of the movie, they think, okay, well, we beat death, whatever. Let's go to Paris, whatever. And they end up on flight 180, which is the ensuing incident that sets off Final Destination 1, which I think none of us have watched.
No,
I've seen it.
So you've seen Final Destination 1.
Long ass time.
So it was a prequel.
It's a prequel because unlike I was telling Alex, unlike all the other movies where at some point in the movie somebody says, hey, there was these other kids that did this.
Yeah,
they never went to that well on this. I was like, that's funny that they never brought that up.
That's so funny.
And that's why. Oh, and also in the fourth one, which is bad, at some point, this dipshit, they all said, oh my God, there's all the callbacks. Okay, it's a couple things. There's all these callbacks. Like at one point, this
I
kid.
still can't believe you watched all these.
At one point, this kid it pulls up next to a sign or something, and his sign about how everyone's going to die next is about water.
Sure.
And the name of the water company is Clear Rivers Water, which was the name of Ali Lar's character.
Yeah,
there's like callbacks to like the lumber truck. So here's how cheap these movies are. The opening and the closing credits of both Final Destination 4 and Final Destination 5, and I don't recall about Final Destination 3, is just a highlight reel, mostly of the deaths of Final Destination 2. Like both of them show the kid getting like sliced to pieces with the barbed wire and like the log going through people. They show that it's like remember that, like it's literally out of context, highlight reel, opening and closing credits. So here's all the deaths.
I'm glad you brought that up because I know you don't listen to the show after I post it, but
no,
I usually put the trailers in front of the movies.
Yes,
but the trailers for these movies are
just noise, right?
They're so bad. It's just screaming noise. And so at least with the trailer for 2, they show the log incident. They show most of the car wreck. And that makes sense. That is your most appealing thing. Here's the fun part. The trailer for this movie shows the log and the car wreck again.
And that's the thing. So they're
basically like, remember this? This was cool.
Like you were just talking about nostalgia in Spider-Man. Like this is the exact opposite. Like he's just like, remember that time that exploded? Like a guy gets pushed. There's a fence in this movie. There's a like a chain link looking fence. Mm-hmm. But instead of being a chain link fence, it's made of like, I don't know, 5-inch thick aluminum, but like this. So it's basically a cutting tool that a guy gets pushed through and turned into chunks. It's the cheapest CGI. The acting is dog shit. They're like, but here's the thing: 5 was worse than 4, which was worse than 3, which was worse than 2, and 2 is a masterpiece. But I don't know what to think about. I'm gonna watch 1 this week.
Well, you have to now.
And now I need, because I'm certain that it's either it starts at 1, peaks at 2, and drops, or it peaks at 1 and goes straight down.
You have to watch.
These movies are impossibly bad.
There's a video that I haven't watched, but I guess because Big Brother is always watching, it got recommended to me. It's an old Cracked video. It says the title of the video is called Every Fucking Final Destination Movie.
Nice.
And it's like an hour long. And I kind of like, I need you to watch it since you are now the preeminent expert on fucking Final Destination.
So not only are you going to watch another Final Destination movie,
yes,
TJ's going to make you watch a 1-hour documentary about them too.
Yeah, I need closure.
Yeah.
So Final Destination, I will watch it. These movies, they're all progressively worse, and it's fascinating. But it's like you think that they would make a bunch of money, so they'd like spend more money. And here's the thing: 4 and 5, you can tell were specific, like 3D to fuck. Like it was like everything was like very 3D adjacent.
Well,
like,
I think one of them is actually called Final Destination. Like it was like Final Destination 3D.
I don't know. There's
Remember that trend in fucking movies?
Yeah, I hated it.
Oh,
I'm glad 3D TVs didn't become a thing either.
Shout
out 4K. Big ups 4K.
They were so excited to like get you to buy a.
Here's a TV and here's $80 glasses. You're gonna need a pair for everyone whoever wants to watch TV at your house.
No, thank you. What a terrible idea.
Pass. But anyway,
that's also why VR is never gonna work. Because I'm sorry, I'm not wearing that big clunky headset.
No, talk to me when we got a holodeck.
Yeah, talk to me when like you can wear like a fucking like I don't even know like nothing.
I don't want to wear anything. I want to be nude.
Yes. I prefer to be nude.
I want to be that. I want to be nude in the danger room.
I don't know if y'all seen it, but like they advertise a lot there with football. But there's some. I think it's whatever the one that Facebook is Oculus. And it's like they're the whole ad is like they're talking about people that are talking bad about VR. They're like, oh yeah. And it's like one is like the VR is for nerds, and then it's this hot chick that's like she's like getting the best workout of your life and doing it, and it's like I'm thinking to myself, you're gonna get a fucking like scoliosis or something with that big ass helmet on, like
what kind of big old thick like Kurt fucking angle neck.
Yeah, like what the fuck? You're gonna look like Corpse Grinder from fucking Cannibal Corpse. Like,
yeah,
what are you doing?
You'll be choke proof.
Like I don't know. I will never. First of all, it's way too expensive. But secondly, like I just have no interest in wearing that giant ass helmet.
No, bitch.
All right, let's talk about Final Destination 3. What happened in this movie?
So in this film, the
I appreciate that you call it a film.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead and her. Oh, so this movie's problematic.
Just a little. My man is doing fucking upskirts. I haven't thought about upskirts.
No,
30
it's
years.
Not. That's not what's problematic about it.
That's not problematic.
No,
that is problematic.
It is.
That is problematic.
It is, but it's not.
I'll get that straight.
My man.
Okay, look, the official stance of Movie the Podcast is upskirts are problematic.
My man literally takes his fucking camera, his Canon,
the yearbook camera,
his fucking what is this?
An
Canon, Canon Rebel or whatever. It's just like literally like
he pops one.
And they like she develops those pictures later.
Yeah,
and you see the picture of like this girl's asshole, basically. Little bit of panties and the camera shot going up through showing the guy
getting a fan belt to his brain. But anyway, so this there's a scene where two chicks with rockin' tits get fried in tanning beds, right?
Yeah.
And at their funeral, the goth kids like they didn't even make it to see 18. So in the canon of the story, they're minors.
I didn't know.
I mean, to be honest, I checked out almost immediately.
I needed you to tell me what happened in this movie because I checked out. So I'm gonna bring it back to Marvel, but like you remember that thing in Doctor Strange where you get hit and your body, your physical form, like that was me in this movie. Like it got to about 10 minutes in, and I was just like, and I was somewhere else. I was just.
All right, so here's what happens. So it's senior trip day night at a local amusement park somewhere.
Satan's Dick roller coaster.
Yeah, so they go to Satan's Dick roller coaster, which I think was voiced by Tony Todd.
It was.
They get on Satan's Dick, and then Mary.
Also, why would Satan have a dick in that? He literally did because the kid took a picture of it.
But you will get fucked.
But like, why? Like in an amusement park, why would there be an anatomically correct?
Well, it was his tail, and it was just
maybe.
Right. So anyway, they get on there, and it's like
tail. What a tail!
And it just looks like it's ominous and everything else. And she's like, "Uh-oh, shit's gonna fucking fall to pieces." And it does. Classic. At this point, we've been to this well a lot. She has a moment, and then she comes back, and there's goop, and there's fucking gum, and everybody's being a dick. And she's like, "I can get off. Stop the train. Someone let me off the plane. Let me off. Let me off. Let me off. Let me off." And they let some of the people off. And then in what I think is just a gross violation for people's rights, they made some people stay on the ride.
Yeah.
And then sure enough, the ride flips out and goes to. So a handful of classmates get off the ride.
Pause real quick. We have to describe this scene. Looks like dog shit.
It is Criterion level compared to 4.
I'm going to tell you, like, I don't know how you make a scene that's on a roller coaster shot so boring. Like, it is so flat and boring.
The NASCAR race in 4, the cars are going 40 miles an hour. It is bullshit. Anyway, So the race, the roller coaster flies to pieces, right? Everyone's revving for 7 or 7 in heaven, whatever the fucking term is. They have a little shrine. It says 7 in heaven for the 7 kids in the class that died.
Oh, this is in the movie.
This is in the movie.
I thought you were using some popular colloquialism that I wasn't.
No, that's a Pittsburgh Steelers thing. They're always revving for 7. They'll never fucking get it either. So now,
no, they'll probably get it.
Not while I'm alive. Because it's like as the fourth quarter's about to go, which and whatever Super Bowl that might be.
How's that going to matter? You kill yourself.
Yeah, they still get it. You just
not while I'm alive.
Oh,
so
had a good run.
So anywho, so
damn you, Dennis Haskins.
Now I got it.
Now Dwayne Haskins.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Dwayne
Haskins is going to lead them to the Super Bowl. Is he still in their roster?
Yeah.
Oh,
I hope they don't win this year. I don't want to kill
You know
myself.
he's so bad. If like Mason Rudolph is starting before him.
Oh yeah.
And that guy sucks.
That looks like a baby.
Oh,
Looks like
it's a baby. But so now it's your standard. Here's grandma's lucky bracelet. Hey, we got to figure out the order of stuff. People are starting to get killed. The 2 hot chicks get roasted to death in the tanning beds, and then the dumb shit like pervert that's still hanging around the school gets a engine through his brain.
That was hilarious.
That was
one of the only enjoyable parts.
And then Texas Battle gets his head smashed to pieces because Bruins.
The guy that gets the engine through his brain, it's like the most he's like a drive-through, and like I don't even remember. Like somehow the engine pops out of the car, and
the truck comes rolling down the hill.
That's right.
And then it's full send. Like all the engine mounts go. Like
and then we got the goth kid and his girlfriend.
The goth kid and his girlfriend who are insufferable.
They're so bad. And
she gets a million nails through the head.
Yeah,
from the pneumatic nail gun.
Yeah.
And then there's
it's like fucking fear up in this bitch.
Hell yeah.
The Penetrator.
Hell yeah.
Right.
I wish they remake that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one's due. Who made that? So then like they're avoiding death, and there's like a patriotic like rodeo fireworks display that kills a couple more kids.
Oh well, that scene was kind of funny though, because the goth kid thought because he missed death once that he's like impervious to death.
Yeah.
So he does this like Jesus pose, and then
he's Chris Angels.
Then he's crushed by, or he's not even crushed. He's like split in like twine.
Yeah.
He looks like he's like fucking what's his name in Rob Roy.
He looks like when who was the claymation guy? Like, oh no, it's not
Mr.
Bill.
Yeah.
So like all this happens. Then the survivors survive until they all end up on a New York subway together, which then turns everyone into goop. And they have another vision about it. And then that vision comes to life, and then they're all dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that vision didn't really help her at all since the train was already going when she had the vision.
So
not a lot you can do there.
So people sort of survived. So Ally Larder definitely survived Final Destination 1.
Yeah.
2 people presumably survived Final Destination 2, but death's come for him because after the kid on the grill explodes, his arm lands in front of him. Yeah. And they look at each other like, no one lives through Final Destination 3.
Yeah.
No one lives through Final Destination 4. And
we don't
no one lives
we don't know if they'll actually die in Final Destination 3 because it cuts to black before the train crashes, like actually crashes.
Good point.
So somebody might have
presumably
presumably.
Yeah.
Yes. And she died. Her Mary Elizabeth Winstead's death is fucking. She like survives the initial wreck only to get like obliterated by like.
Yeah, death was like fuck.
Yeah,
you.
By the green line coming in hot. Like she's dog shit in it. There's no other actors in this movie.
Yeah, there is nothing.
The kills aren't even fun.
No, the guy when he got like I said, when the engine fell on that guy's head, I laughed pretty hard, but like that was it.
But it was joyless by comparison. And they just get worse through all the rest of the films.
Just really, it was like Alex said, like about being checked out. It was just not, it wasn't funny. Like 2 to me was funny because like they really dialed up like the cheesiness. And I felt like they like, there was like, I don't want to use the word suspense, but like built up the kills and there were a lot.
It was Fast and the Furious 7. It was like, oh, this is just fucking off the rails bonkers.
And then this one, like, I don't know, they just lost all of that. Like the tanning salon scene was just really annoying. And
it
like,
was.
I don't know. It was.
I don't know how you make tits annoying, but they did it.
Yeah, and like
was there a good kill? Was there a fun kill in this
also,
entire
like,
thing?
Like, what kind of like place like that? They're just like, let's just turn off the thermostat. Like, who does that?
There's a lot of things about how. So here's what I've also learned about the Final Destination movies. There's a lot of things about construction and the way that certain building elements work that are conducive to people getting killed that are not how things work at all.
I understand why in the Tannings, this is one of the few scenes I actually paid attention to because
Well,
there's tits in it. Why the front door was locked? Like, why
she locked?
They locked. The girls locked
because
it,
anyone else
nobody
coming
would
in.
interrupt.
I missed that.
No, they set that up nicely.
And
no loose ends there.
My man, to prop open a door, uses a sunscreen bottle,
A little squish bottle.
which is like, who would ever do that?
Well, Death made him do it.
Oh,
Right.
Satan, Satan's boner.
Satan's boner got there. So Tony Todd shows up in 5 as the coroner. But guess
The callback.
Does he look at
it's
the
a call forward.
Does he look at
Yeah.
the screen and it was like, ha ha ha?
Basically,
It's me.
he's just ominous. He's just ominous
at least-
Tony Todd.
At least he got some money.
Tony Todd did not show up in 4.
Hopefully, Tony Todd got like a couple of grand to show up
I hope
for
so.
a couple hours.
So Final Destination 3 is, I mean, what? Yeah. It's funny because now it's ended up exactly what Alex said when we after watched Final Destination. He's like, by the time this is all over, it's going to be they're all just going to blend together.
He was 1,000% right.
If they do blend together, but they blend together and like it just keeps getting worse.
I can't believe that all of these made money. Did you look up the numbers?
Oh, I was just looking at him. It's disgusting.
What did this one make?
The
The budget has got to be like $10.
So we'll just start in order.
Go.
Final Destination, 23 million budget, 113.
That's why you make a
Box
sequel.
office.
$100 million.
Final Destination 2, 26 million budget, 90 million box office.
Okay.
Lower. Interesting.
I'm shocked by that.
Usually the sequels go higher.
Final Destination 3, 25 million, 119 box office.
Back up.
This cost. Wait a second. Time out. This cost $23 million, and it made more money than the second one.
Now, here's what's interesting, though. All these movies cost the same amount of money,
About the same.
but years different, right? So, like,
Yeah.
money is worth less as the years progress on. So, technically, they're making these for cheaper and cheaper budgets. Go ahead.
Fourth one, 40 mil,
Mm.
made 186.
Almost
Oh.
$200 million.
Oh, my
Didn't
God.
you say that was the cheapest looking
They
one?
looked until 5?
The last one,
And it doubled their budget. It was
the
$40 million.
fifth one, 40 mil, 158 million dollars.
Unfucking. So they
So they spent 150 mil, give or take, and
Total.
made about 700.
Yeah, they're up. They're way up. Their ROI is through the roof.
That's crazy.
Warner Brothers New Line.
That's insane. Well,
That's
no,
why
I'm
that's why they keep cranking them out, man.
surprised they stopped.
Well, you said didn't they say there's a 6th one in the works? When did 5 come
if
out?
They were consistently making over $100 million fucking dollars.
Why would you
So
ever
the
stop?
original concept for Final Destination, I don't know. if
Yeah, it's
said
called
this
the
already.
Dead Zone.
The original concept was a story called Flight 180 that a guy wrote as an X-Files episode,
No shit.
and instead they optioned it into the first Final Destination.
Huh.
Mm.
That's interesting.
Final
Kind of.
Yeah.
Destination 5 is 10 years old,
And the sixth one's in pre-production.
and it has the ugliest leading love interest of any of the movies. Not to be that guy, but
I mean, you just were though.
I was.
She's famous. I don't know.
She's not. She's
I
not.
can tell you why.
Yo. She was in that movie Frozen about people who get stuck on a ski lift.
Not the Disney movie about the magical ice princess.
No, different Frozen.
I mean,
Someone's gonna get sued,
Mary Elizabeth Winstead though is very attractive.
but she's terrible in this movie.
I don't care. She's still my girlfriend, and I wish you'd stop making fun of her.
I mean, that's fair. Ramona Flowers for life. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that her performance in this movie makes the movie worse.
Yeah,
she's-
it really does.
Because she's actually been good in a lot of things, and she's bad in this.
Was this before Death Proof? Because she's in that. That was the first thing I remember.
Before Safety Proof.
Well, yeah, she's one of the cheerleaders, or she is
Yeah.
the cheerleader in Death Proof.
She's in the first round of kids that get killed, right?
That was the first thing I saw her in, and I was like, "Well, hello."
Well, hi there. Hi, Mark. Let's see where this falls in her
And I'm
Death Proof was
filmography.
2007.
pretty sure you see her feet too.
Well, of course, it's a Quentin Tarantino movie.
So this was before Death Proof by a year.
I wonder,
probably making them at the same time.
Yeah, that's crazy. Can you imagine being like? I think I talked about this at the last movie we watched, the last Final Destination movie we watched. But like, can you imagine being an actor and working on this fucking production, and then you work for Quentin Tarantino, and you're like, oh,
yeah,
this is a real movie.
Yeah, she went on to do some good stuff.
She's done a lot of good stuff. She's a great actress.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, there's a
10 Cloverfield Lane.
10 Cloverfield Lane. Faults, which I brought up. It's by the same guy that made Art of Self-Defense. Is really good. She used to be married to him.
I liked her in Birds of Prey because I liked Birds of Prey.
I think we all liked it.
I did not.
Oh, you didn't like it, yeah.
Shockingly.
I don't think Sean saw it. I enjoyed it quite a
well
bit.
received.
But you and I watched it together. That probably is why.
Yeah, balanced, but still, it was better than I expected.
I enjoyed it. I don't know, whatever. I like her. She's in some Netflix action movie that looks pretty good. I haven't sat down and watched it. It's called like Kate or something.
Oh yeah, saw the other stuff.
Trailer looked interesting.
She's dog shit, and this is the guy who made The One, and we thought that was going to bring it some.
This guy directed The One?
Yeah, that was the whole.
I forgot. I totally forgot.
He directed Final Destination, then The One, then this.
Damn, The One was so good.
But this was like 5 years after The One.
The One was so much fun.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
This just came in my head. It has literally nothing to do with our conversation. But I saw a trailer for the new Michael Bay movie. It's like a heist movie with Jake Gyllenhaal and that guy Yahya. I always forget his last name. The dude that played Candyman in the new one and Dr. Manhattan.
Okay.
I like that actor a lot.
Yeah.
And they're like two ex-Marines that like rob a bank. The trailer looked really good.
There's a couple of Amazon and Netflix movies coming up I really want to watch. There's an Amazon movie that just came out called, I forget the name of it. It's got Riz Ahmed.
Oh, Invasion. Yeah, I heard
that looks
really good. It's about an invasion.
Like an alien invasion, maybe.
Oh.
The trailer is very ambiguous.
But
it looks cool. And Riz Ahmed is
probably
awesome.
gonna watch it this weekend. I heard nothing but good thing.
We can watch it right now if you guys want to.
I'll watch my dick.
All right, then.
But
Well, I mean that we did it. I mean this is all. I mean, I guess all I'm going to talk about is what's good. Let's rate. I'm going to rate all of the ones I watched. So let's go.
Go ahead.
So Final Destination 3 is, and I'm doing this relative to. I'll work my way up.
So
Final Destination 5 is a 2. Final Destination 4 is a 3. And Final Destination 3 is a 5. And I gave Final Destination 2 an 8, and I stand on that rating.
It's a 5.
The 5.
I don't know.
It's boring.
It can't get to 5 status for me. I'm just gonna say that.
It's boring.
But like I wasn't invested. Like,
But that's what a 5 is. A 5 is forgettable.
But
a 5's just
but like
ethereal.
a 5 should be. You should at least be enough invested where you're gonna forget something later. I don't. It seems like a 5 is giving it too much credit.
So, and maybe this is pitched by how I watched the other. 3 didn't make me angry. 4 made me angry, and 5 made me legitimately mad.
It's your source, not mine. So yeah, that's fair.
Like, this is a bad movie. But 4 is a worse movie, and 5 is yet a worse movie. So
fair enough.
Like, it's a trough of shit. Like, they're just, I don't know what else to say. Like,
Too bad we're not watching any
it's
more of them.
bad. I gotta finish this thing off.
That's your problem.
I need closure. Yeah.
Yeah, this is Southland Tales all over.
Yeah, because my work is never finished, and God must punish me for my hubris.
I hope there's a comic series related to this that you got to read.
Oh, look on Amazon. But yeah, it's a 5. It's just like it's of the 4 Final Destination films I've watched in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah,
it is the most forgettable.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
So TJ,
it's a 2 for me, dog, and it's because it's got 2 tits.
Hey, 4.
2 sets of tits.
Hey,
it's awful.
You can't bring yourself to give it a 4.
I hated it so much. It's just really boring. The best part about this movie was my man that got the upskirts because it's just such a weird. It's like literally how the movie opens, and this dude
and
just
he's
like
dressed like he's like from a ska video.
Yeah.
He should be skanking all over the place.
It's
really,
Sami Zayn.
It was really weird. It looks cheap. Like, it's everything that's bad about bad movies. Like, the acting's bad, the writing's bad, the production quality is horrendous. The kills aren't funny. Everything is staged poorly. Like,
it's joyless.
It seems like this is a movie that they were like, we need to film this in like a day and a half and just get it over with. Like, it's awful. So yeah, it's a 2 for me, dog. Alec.
That's a 1.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like this is trash, and I picked it because it was the shortest one, and it's still trash.
It felt long.
I think it was like an hour 22.
It felt like 2 hours.
Also shout to Netflix for having a specific category that just says 90-minute movies.
That is pretty great.
Now, if they could make one that's movies under an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, little zippy ones.
I find them every now and then, and I'm very happy, but not too often. Most people feel like you've had it out. This movie fucking sucks, man.
It was even hard to talk about because it sucks so
This
bad.
movie's like, it's terrible. It's the only good thing I can say about the series is at least they didn't start making them like longer and longer as they went along.
Yeah.
Because they thought they were like everything was gold. Like at least they keep them like tight the whole way through.
They never take themselves seriously.
No.
I don't think any of them are over an hour 35.
Well, 5 tried to take itself more seriously.
But man,
It
like
suffered for it.
never mind that I think I'd beg for a movie with Devon Sawa in it, but this is just garbage. Or at least a movie with Devon Sawa over a movie with Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yeah, for real.
This movie sucks, man. Like nobody's good in it. The effects are terrible. The kills are boring. The only kill that I thought was fun at all was when they killed the girl that didn't even have a name.
Oh yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, she was with my sister on the car and she got impaled with a flag.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I can't remember her name. I don't even know if she had a name.
Yeah.
Who's the other one in the car with you? And the girl just got a scared look on her face and a flag went through her chest.
Yeah.
And then her sister was getting drugged around the neck by a pony.
This is a movie. This is a series of movies for idiots. Like if these are your favorite films, you're legit. I don't mean that like. I mean that like you're probably just a dumb person. Like I don't mean that like you have stupid opinions. I mean that you're just like not
Take on
high
back and
achieving.
hit him in the head with a tack hammer.
Yeah, exactly.
Should not be allowed to produce.
No, you shouldn't be allowed to vote. You probably shouldn't have a license to drive a car.
You're the ones we don't want to get vaccinated. Just keep going. You're
If
good.
there's a screening for eugenics, it's the Final Destination movies.
But they made so much money.
did.
Someone must love these movies.
Yeah, well, we got a lot of dumb people in this country.
Well, we forget what we say. They made like $700 million. That's like $2 a person for every person in the country.
Crazy.
It's dumb.
I didn't give them $2.
I don't know. I hope I didn't, but I might have.
No, I didn't even give them money this time.
Yeah, Netflix got my money, not Final Destinations.
Yeah, but
Actually, I watched it on Plex, so Netflix didn't even get the money from the Warner Bros. Didn't get those royalties.
Mm-hmm.
No, this
This is one of the examples of piracy work. All right, so next week is our year-end special. It's the Molies. My
Some
favorite.
of the
One of my
musical stuff.
one of
We
my-
should do the Molies every week.
I love the Molies. They're fun. I'm gonna have a real hard time on my non-movie the podcast list this year. I've been trying to put it together because I feel like there's a lot of duds this year.
It was mostly duds. I have 3. I'm my top 3.
Yeah,
But the bottom 3, the people are gonna be fighting it out.
I'm trying to.
I forget the name of the website. There's a website I just go to every year that lists every movie released all year, theatrically, on demand, and I literally just go like week by week and
Yeah, I try to
look at them all. And there are some that I know are going to not make the cut, but I end up with a list of like probably 15 or 20 movies, and then I good or bad, and then I whittle them down to. Was this better? I think how Mother made my list.
Mother was so good.
Mother was so good, but it wasn't like the best movie that came out that year.
Wait, that's not what that movie was called.
I am.
Yeah,
I am Mother.
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 I kept putting it up. It was like
Unless anybody think you like that terrible.
It was like a March Madness bracket.
Yeah, it was like. Well, I liked I Am Mother, but I didn't like it. Like I liked it a lot, but I'm sure I watched other good stuff. But as I put it up against other movies, I was like, it keeps winning. Keeps winning away. It's like Steve Austin winning the King of the Ring.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
You didn't expect it, but you're like, yeah, you know what?
it's like a 12 seed. Just keep sticking around.
I don't know. I used to be better at keeping up with all my movie watching through my letterbox, but I kind of got out of doing that. I only post the ones where I think I can come up with something funny and snarky, so I don't necessarily like journal down every movie I watch.
Oh yeah, I mean the internet's 90% snark.
Well, that's all I am too. So,
Mm.
but yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Snark based economy.
I'm gonna try to watch the French Dispatch this week because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like that movie. That's the new what's his name?
Wes
Anderson movie. But there's some other stuff that I'd like to watch. Like I'd like to watch the new P.T. Anderson movie, but I doubt I'll be able to. before the end of the year because it comes out in theaters on Christmas supposedly, but that's like a limited theaters, so who knows? I want to see. Did you guys see the trailer for the new Guillermo del Toro movie?
No.
Nightmare
Bradley
Alley.
Cooper?
Yeah, I thought that looked really
I
good.
see the trailer. I've seen like stills and ads for it.
It looks cool. Like he's like a charlatan, like fake psychic.
Oh,
And it's like the whole art style is like Art Deco. It looks like
Okay.
Bioshock. It looks cool. It's like it's Bradley Cooper and what's her name? I always forget her fucking name.
what's she in?
Galadriel from Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett. Thank you. She's been in a billion things. So I always think of Lord of the Rings.
Hella.
Yes, she was Hella, and
Never-
a much more recent movie.
Hmm.
But yeah, that looks really good. There's a couple of other things, but it's just like I probably won't. They'll probably make.
Yeah, we only got a week left. There's only
Yeah.
so much you can cram into.
Mhm. I want to watch that Rez Ahmed movie you just talked about. I heard that was really good.
Yeah, I might watch that tomorrow night.
I really like Rez Ahmed. He's like quickly becoming like one of our best actors.
I need to see that. Was it?
Sound Metal.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
I wonder if he has like an Amazon deal, or if they just happen to distribute a bunch of his
I
movies in
think
a row.
didn't he? They distribute. I don't know. I had a hard time with that word. Distributed. They Sound of Metal too, right?
Yeah.
I think that was an Amazon film.
Yeah, they're both Amazon originals. I wonder if they just lucked into a couple of his projects, or if he has like some kind of.
He's great.
Like an old school studio deal.
I mean, that's
Yeah, and you see that sometimes, like with
Yeah.
some of the streamings. Like,
That does.
I mean, obviously Adam Sandler is the biggest
That's
example.
the
You
big
see,
one.
like, he might have an exclusive deal with Netflix
I
right
feel
now.
like Idris Elba might with Netflix because they did Beast of No Nation. They did the movie I watched, Harder They Fall. I think he might have a third one with
I
them.
think he's also just like a very popular. That Beast of No, I doubt that that'd be the same deal because Beast of No Nation came out forever ago.
That was like one of their first.
I think that was like yeah.
That's a tough movie, but it's a very good movie.
I love that movie. I thought the movie was great. All right, that's a show. Next week, the Moleys. It'll be fun. The Moleys are always fun. It's fun to look back at all the shit that we watched,
Yeah.
and we always have a good time on that show.
Episode 301 in the
books.
can.
Yeah, no more Final Destination. Thank God. Do we have a February?
Do we have
February.
January?
Or January.
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 Why did I think? I don't know.
No, we don't have a February.
Well, we have plenty of time. Next month is January, not February. January is going to be fun.
I hope so.
What do you mean you hope so? Jackie Chan movies are great.
I'm Sean. Maybe I hate movies now.
No, that's fair. Jackie Chan will reignite your love for movies, and I will play all his albums when he has a bunch of albums.
Was Jackie Chan in any of the Final Destinations?
Not that I've seen, but I gotta watch one. We already had a Val Kilmer month, right? Because we can't do Valentine's Day.
We did no Valmber.
Yeah,
Oh,
we did know Valmber, but Valentine's Day was much better. Where were you 2 years ago?
Shit. Okay, how Valentine's Day? It's all Time Daily movies. Okay.
No. Keep going.
We'll figure it out.
We got time.
We'll get a February.
I'm not married to Valentine's.
What about
Day yet.
Febu Jerry? It's just all movies with a guy named Jerry in it.
Actor or character?
Either way.
We can revisit Black History Month.
Black History Month was really good and perfect, like a pretty big pool to draw from.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in Black History Month.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. January will be good.
January is going to be a blast. I have a hard time picking what Jackie Chan movie we're going to watch because there's so many good ones.
I'm excited about getting
We're
to
going to
see
be
Rush
watching
Hour.
Rush Hour.
I'm fine with that. Those are fun.
The first one's a fucking blast. I can't wait to watch the other two. Or Shanghai Noon.
I've never seen Shanghai Noon. Anyway, we'll see you guys later. Eat your own ass.
Yes, suck one.
I remember